You didn't go?
I will go from here. Kashi was working from home, so I'm going home for her.
Looks like Mungpani helped.
Yes, Swamiji.
Huh?
Yeah, it's helping.
I have to give to everybody now. Sample.
I'll tell you the story later after class. That is another class. Oh, that is okay. I'm sorry.
Aruna is coming? Aruna? Come. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Janakalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahmavitvaram Manojavam Marudhatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayutamukhyam Sriramadutam Sirasa Namami Santoshini Jaganmata Mama Saubhagyavriddhaye Namaskaromi Bhaktya Tvam Prasanna Varada Bhava Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kridau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Om Namah Pranavartaya Shuddha Jnanaikamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashandaya Dakshinamuktaye Namaha Satchitanandarupaya Vishwotpattyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha Nilambujasyamalakomalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Panau Mahasayaka Charuchapam Namami Ramam Rekuvam Shanatham Janmatyasya yatonvayati daratat charteshvabhijnaswarat Tene brahma hridaya adhigavaye mukhyanti yatsuraya Tejo varimrdam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha Damna svena sada nirastaguhakam satyam param dhimahi dharma projita gaita putra paramo nirmatsaranam satam vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivadam tapatrayonmulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamunikrite Kim va Pareirishvaraha Sadyo Hritya Varudhyate Trakritibihi Shushrushu Vittakshanad Nigamakalpataror Galitam Phalam Shukamukhat Amrudadrava Samyutam Pipada Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavuka Yam Pravrajandamanupetamapeta Krityam Dvaipayano Virahakatara Ajuhava Putreti Tanmayataya Taravo Vinedu Tam Sarvabhutahridayam Munimanadosmi Yasvanubhavamakilashrudisaramekam Adhyatmadipamatitirshatam tamundham Samsarinam karunayaha puranaguhyam Tam Vyasasonumupayami gurum muninam Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet. So we have been seeing Rishabhadev's advice to his children through the, when you want to give advice, especially a Raja, when he wants to give advice to his children, he should do it publicly, not privately. Why? Because then the people also will know that these children are representing us. And they will set a standard to us. So, the 10th verse in the chapter 5, right? Hamse gurau mayi bhaktyanuvritya vitrishnaya tvantatitikshaya cha Sarvastra jandor vyasanavagatya jitnyasaya tapaseha nivritya. These are the method to break the knot of Hridaya Granthi. Hridaya Granthi's knot is what? Avidya, Kama, Karma. Avidya leads to Kama, Kama leads to Karma. Avidya makes you feel incomplete. What is avidya? Your completeness is not known to you. That state is called avidya. That makes you think that I am incomplete. In order to make me complete, I have to get this, I have to get that. So, what is that? Cell phone 17. If I don't get, I feel incomplete, right? Cell phone 17. iPhone 17. Anybody got it? No, good. So there is a...
Not yet. She's planning. Given the application.
Eh? Oh, you have to apply for it? I see. I didn't know that. Sorry. Now, India, everybody got it. Yeah. There was a line.
18 coming up.
Huh?
18 is coming up next week.
80? Oh.
September.
Ah. Ah. So, this incompleteness, I get that, I feel complete, that is the ignorance. So, because of sense of incompleteness, karma arises for objects in the world, and that karma, once it arises, it makes you do things, whether it is religious activity or material activity. Karma is both way. Religious karma, that is also materialistic only. Religious karma also materialistic, isn't it? What we go and ask in the temple, material thing only, isn't it? So materially religious or religiously materialistic. That is. This knot one can break it with hamse gurau mai bhaktya anuvritya. Serving the feet of one's own Guru. Guru should be a Jivan Mukta Purusha, Mahatma. Anurtya, Vitrishnaya. Vitrishna. Trishna means longing. This longing is the one. Desire is okay, but longing. Keep on thinking about it. If I get that, if I get this. That kind of mind always keep on jumping from one desire to another. This is called a longing. Vitrishna. Dvandva atitikshaya. Dvandva titikshaya. Dvandva titikshaya. Dvandva means samabuddhi. Pair of opposite, heat and cold, happiness, sorrow, victory, loss. So samadukhe, samadukha sukakshami, yes. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Sukadukhe same kritva labha labha jaya jaya tato yuddhaya yujyasvaraivam papa bhavapsasi. That one. So the samatva, titiksha, endurance, ability to put up with cold and heat. Now, it's so cold. Oh, kind of thing. Don't complain. Enjoy it. Titikshaya. Sarvastra jantor vyasanavagamtya. All living beings should love. One should love all living beings. Jitnyasaya tapaseha nivritya. Jitnyasa, so that ability to inquire into the nature of Paramatma, intelligent reflection on the true nature of all experiences. Don't go through experiences mechanically. We go through experiences mechanically. We have to stop that. That the whole Vedantic thinking or living is this mechanicalness of our life should be broken. We live mechanically, think mechanically, do things also mechanically, isn't it? That mechanicalness is to be broken. That is why living in the present, when we say, this is the meaning. Thinking. Because morning we get up with a thought, that thought will lead you to another thought, that will lead to another thought, that will take you to another thought. Until we go to sleep, we jump from one thought to another. Mechanically. So dynamic living, only when you break this mechanicalness. I have seen that with our Gurudev, my God. You can see present, what alertness, my God. Very alert. Why? Because his mind is there. No mechanicalness at all, nothing. Then what happened? Meaningful life will come. Then mat karma bhir mat kataya cha nityam mad deva sangat gunakirtanan me nirvaira samyopashamena putra jihasaya deha gehatma buddhe. Dedication to work to me. That is Paramatma. Ishwararpana buddhi. Hearing the recital of my divine actions. Nityam mad deva sangat gunakirtananme. So, contact with great devotees having me as their object of adoration. Nirvaira samyo upashamena putra jihasaya deha gehatma buddhehe. Singing about my excellences, non-entertainment of animosity to anyone. That's very important. Don't entertain animosity to anybody. It is not for that person, it's for our soul. Because our mind will be free. Otherwise, keep on thinking what he is doing, how he is doing. All kinds of tension comes. Now, another thing, very important one. Jihasaya deha gehatma buddhehe. That's very important, isn't it? What? Get over identification with home and our body. Very difficult one, right? Home we may be, but body is tough. The next one. Adhyatma yogena vivikta sevaya pranendriyatman abhijayena satrika Sachraddhaya brahmacharyena shashvata asampramadena yamena vacham. Study of scriptures. Vedo nityamadhiyatam. Why study of scriptures? Because scriptures are the one who gives you higher goal and purpose in life. People ask this question, what is the purpose of life? Generally people ask this question. And we will say, oh, get a job and a nice home and then get married. A nice, obedient wife. Always fighting at home is not good. Obedient wife. Children also, good, well-behaved children. These are the things, goal of life. No, there must be some higher goal in life. So what is the higher goal? Higher goal, highest goal is Jivan Mukti. That is the higher goal. That you get from studying the scriptures. That's why Vedaha Adhiyatam Nityamadhiyatam Adhyatma yogena. Vivikta sevaya. Vivikta seva we have to practice also. Living in solitude. Means what? When the home is empty, children are gone, husband is gone, only you are there, enjoy it. Don't put on the radio and TV and cell phone, YouTube message. Keep on. Somebody is talking in the house, you like to hear. Whether you hear or not, but just some noise you want. You feel company, isn't it? Otherwise, lonely, Swamiji, I am alone. What? Enjoy that aloneness. Not loneliness, aloneness. Gurudev used to say, if you don't enjoy your company, how others are going to enjoy your company? So, enjoy your company. Living in, this is very important, I tell you. Because at least half an hour a day, you practice this, you'll see the joy. Just half an hour. Just sit there quietly. Do nothing. Don't initiate any thought. Imagine you are gone to the beach. Shore, our New Jersey shore also. Sit there quietly. Watch the waves coming and falling. The birds flying over it. Beautiful sunset. And you sit there quietly and watch. And that very setup, you feel good, isn't it? Why? Because you don't want the setup to be different. The moment you think, I wish my husband was with me, I wish my children were with me, I wish that person is with me, I wish I never met that person in my life. Like this thought comes. Then what happened? Joy gone completely, isn't it? Why? Because you want things to be different. So this is the advantage of quietly sitting alone and enjoying that moment. Practice this. I tell you, it will give you a lot of mileage. Vivikta sevaya pranendriya atmabhijayena sadryak. So what is that? Conquest of the senses and the vital energy. Conquest of the senses, control of senses. Temptation comes, suddenly, especially in the winter time. Temptation comes, oh, khayenge, ye khayenge. The thought comes. So, varakya bhaji. Varakya bhajia. You don't know. Okay. And hot cup of coffee. Very good. So thought comes. Now what happened? One lecture I mentioned, the second day I got that. This is called control of senses, okay? The thought comes, you can't stop it, it will come. But we should be able to control it. Then, strong faith. Then what happened? Sat Shraddhaya Brahmacharyena Shashvat Asampramadena Yamena Vacham. All these are Celibacy, brahmacharya means celibacy, means a disciplined way of indulgence. And alertness, vigilance. Then restraint of speech, yamena vacham. Vaktapas, 17th chapter. Anutvekakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapa uchyate. 4 items. Anutvekakaram vakyam. When we speak, the other person should not get disturbed. Satyam, speak only truth. That doesn't mean you should speak to that person truth and kill him. No. Somebody asks you, what do you think of me? You want the truth? You are a fool. That is not Satya Priyam. Hitam. All the things. So WhatsApp message comes, find out whether it is Satyam or not. Then only forward. And forwarding also, is it beneficial to that person? Then think about it. Then only forward. Otherwise, don't keep on forwarding it. Junk mails. Sarvatra madbhava vichakshana jnanena vijnana virajitena yogena dityutta sattvayukto lingam vibohet kusalohamakhyam. The knowledge and the insight to see my presence in everything. It's called open eye meditation. We have to learn to see Paramatma in everything. They have discovered in the sun there is a flash, it seems. Suddenly, a flash comes. It is going to disturb the GPS system, all that. See, think about it. So we think the sun is sitting there quietly doing nothing. No, there are activities there. And who controls it, who determines it, we don't know. There are so many things unknown. Scientists say this will affect that, this will affect this and all that. But who made it possible? Why that particular thing? We have no idea. Practice of samadhi, meditation. Perseverance, all these things to be practiced. So, practicing all this slowly, that I sense in us will slowly get diluted. It's not that I sense should go completely, it will not go. You need I sense for vyavaharikam, for transactional purposes. We need that I. Otherwise, if the ego totally goes, then it will collapse, you see. No, I sense should be there, but it's for transactional purposes, but it will get diluted. But that strong ego will go. Then he says, 14th verse, Karmashayam hridaya grandhi bandham avidyaya sadhitam apramattaha anena yogena yathopadesham samyak vibhokyo parameda yogad. After having practiced in this manner, one is free from the knot of one's own ego, then he doesn't have to practice the sadhana. He is free from sadhana. So somebody asked Gurudev, how long you meditate, Swamiji? He said 24 hours only. So, meditation is for us. He is always in meditation. We cannot ask him. Now comes a beautiful one. Putram cha shishyam cha darpo kururva malloka kamo madanugrahartha itham vimanyuranushishyadatajnana ajnana yojayet karma sukarma mudhan kam yojayan manujortam labheta nipatayan nashtadrisham higarte. These instructions to be given by father to son, a teacher to a disciple, a king to the subject. He says it should be done patiently without getting annoyed, even when they are found unreceptive. Now this parents have to learn. See, your duty, what is that? You have to tell. Don't say, oh, they are not listening, Swamiji, nowadays. Even if I tell, they won't listen. No, you have to tell them. That's your duty. That's what he says here. See, very practical, all these things. Should be done patiently, he says, without getting annoyed, even when they are not receptive. So repeatedly tell them. It's our duty. They may not, listen to you, but that seed of the thought is sown in the subconscious. It will work. So that is what most of the parents now think that, it's useless. They'll sign out. There's no point telling him. He will not understand. He will not listen to me. He will revolt. This kind of, signing off is not good. You should always, he is my son. He will listen. Whether he listen or not, this is my duty. You keep saying, your dharma. And also, what is that? Itham vimanyuranushishyada tajñatna yojayet karma sukarma mudhan. Oh. They should not be allowed to get more and more involved in works for sensuous gratification with which their discriminative faculty is already dulled. It is said if a person cannot release his shishya from bondage, he has no business to be a guru. Sridhara Swami has written commentary on this topic. He says, if you call yourself guru and then he cannot release him from bondage, why should you call him a guru? Mother and father should not bring out a child if they cannot give this education. business. To bring out a child and then keep him what? Uncultured. They are all Rishabhadevs. Rishabhadev is none other than Bhagavan himself. Now let us see the 18th verse. Gururna syat tejano na syat pitana syat jananina sat syat daivam na tasyat napadischana syat namo chamedya samupeta mrityum. What I told you now, that's what it is. One who would not save another from the path to death. He cannot be called as Guru. So one's relative, if he is a relative, one's father, if he is the father, one's mother, if she is the mother, one's husband, if he is the husband. Means what? They all have to do this job. Ultimate teaching we have to give how to get rid of the bondage, avidya, kama, karma. Now, he says, the 20th verse, Tasmat bhavanto hritayena jata sarve mahiyam samamam sanabham klishta buddhya bharatam bhajadvam Shishrushanam tatparanam prajanam. Hence all of you who has sprung from my heart, serve without any reservation your elder brother Bharata, who is adorable for his excellences. Serving him is equal to looking after the subjects. Now he says, 21st verse, Uteshu virunbhya uduttamaye sharisripasteshu sabodhanishta tato manushya prathama pramathastatopi gandharva siddha vibhutanugane. Among objects that have existence, plants with life are superior to lifeless things like rocks, stones, etc. Among living objects, moving beings like animals with consciousness are superior to plants. Among creatures with consciousness, man is superior. Higher than man are astral being. Higher than these are being like Gandharvas, Siddhas, Kinnaras. Now, Devasurebhyo Bhagavat Pradhana Dakshadayo Brahma Sudastu Desham Bhavapparasoda Virinja Virya Samatparoham Tujadeva Devaha. Greater than Siddhas and Kinnaras are the Asuras. Greater than they are the Devas with Indra at their head. Greater than these are the sons of Brahma, that is Sanat Kumaras. Then Prajapatis. Among the sons of Brahma, Rudra is the greatest. Greater than Rudra is Brahma, who is my devotee, means Mahavishnu. Then who am I? So Bhagavan said, Saha mat paroham dvijadeva devaha. Bhagavan says, I am the devotee of holy men. I am the devotee of my devotees. That's the idea. Bhakta parayanaha. Then he praises holy men here. Na brahmanai tulaye bhudamanyat pashyami vipra kibata paranto yasmin rabhi prakrudam shraddhayaha asnami gamam na tathagnihotre. I do not consider anyone to be equal to a holy man. I do not find anyone higher than this holy man. What food men offer me through holy men with faith and devotion, that I accept wholeheartedly. Not so even what is offered in fire at the rituals. See? So sadhu feeding is considered great offering to Bhagavan. Even with the Vedic chanting, Havan Homa is also not considered great. Who says here? Bhagavan himself in the form of Rishabhadeva says this. 26th verse. Sarvani madvishnadaya bhavatir charani bhutani sutat druvani sambhavidavyani pade padevaha vivikta drigbhir taduharhanam me. Seeing that all things moving and unmoving are ensouled by me. Means what? I am there in every one of them. You must salute them every moment with sincere feeling. This indeed is my real worship. When I was living in Rishikesh, there was a sadhu. If you go and prostrate to him, he'll prostrate you back. So it goes on. It's like Japanese, You do this and then they will again put that. And then you don't know what to do. Then again you put. And they also do. Same way this sadhu, you go and prostrate, you prostrate. Then he prostrated, you feel bad. You again prostrate. Then again he will prostrate back. So that's because he sees Bhagavan in everyone. It's a great vision. So this respect for everyone. Manovacho karane hitasya sakshatkritam me parivarhanam hi vinapumanyena mahavimohat kritantapashanna vimoktumished. The true meaning of all that man does by mind, speech, sight is my adoration. Everything is adoration of Lord. Without this kind of worship of me, man will not be able to rid himself from the noose of Yamaraj. Kritanta pasha. And what is that pasham, yama pasham, attachment to the body, says, our body. Now, afterwards, what happened? He installed his eldest son Bharata and then decided to observe Paramahamsas, complete, what is it, Vanaprasthashram first. And that also, what he decided, to become like a avadhuta. Avadhuta means nothing on the body. Avadhuta. So that is what he did, 29th sentence, okay. Jadanta mukha vadirap pishajonmad unmada kavadavadhuta vesha abhibhashyamanopi jananam grihita maunavrata tushnim babhuva. In the midst of man, he appeared from time to time as a senseless man, blind man, dumb man, deaf man, drunkard. In such repulsive attires, he was found to remain silent, not answering even anyone's questions. Avadhuta. He travels through towns, villages, cowherd settlement, mountain, forest, hermitages, all along as an elephant in rut. Evil men prosecuted him by threatening, beating, urinating on him, spitting on him, throwing stones, cow dung and dust on him, insulting and abusing him. Now firmly established in the knowledge of truth, conviction that these are nothing but mithya. None of it affected him. He had no identification with the body. So therefore, none of the persecution disturbed him. He traveled all over the world alone, merging his mind with Paramatma. By nature, he was a very handsome-looking person, tall, beautiful eyes. So Rishabha, with the response from the people, the reaction of the people, understood that they are not very happy with practice of yoga. So he thought retaliating is not going to help. So what he did, he gave up the habit of moving about in the world and took the vratam. What is that? It's called Ajagara Vritti. Ajagara Vritti means, a python. Stay one place, whatever prey comes to him, he will eat. Otherwise, he won't. That's called Ajagara Vritti. So, Mahatmas also, they stay in one place. Food comes, eat, otherwise, fast. That kind. And it is gone very, very, you feel miserable also looking at it. What is it? Tasyaha sa, 33rd. Tasyaha saha purisha surabhir saugandhya vayustvam desham deshayojanam samanta surabhim chakara. So if you take that vow, you cannot move for what? All your daily activities. He says he was urinating there, fecal matter is also going there. But the beauty is what? His fecal matter was fragrant. It can be smelled 10 miles away. Think about it. He is not eating anything. What is that? Even after eating. Purisha surabhir saugandhya vayu tam desham deshayojanam 10 yojanas mean 30 miles. 1 yojana is 3 miles, right? So 30 miles. Samanta surabhim chakara. This way he lived. He practiced many kinds of yoga practices and attained the sense of oneness with the all-pervasive Bhagavan. In the course of it, he got all these yogic powers, like movement through the sky, speed like that of mind, power of disappearance, then entrance into another body. All these powers Shankaracharya had. He can move through sky, appear, disappear, parakaya pravesham also, enter into other body also. But finally what he did, he rejected all of them. Vaihaya samano javandarthana parakaya pravesha dura grahanadini 35. Yadurchayopagadani na anjasa nirpa hridayed abhyanandad. But he rejected them all. Now Parikshit is asking question. Na nunam bhagavaha atma ramanam yoga samerida jnana avabharjita karma bijanam aishwaryani punaha kleshadani bhavitum arhanti yadurchayopagadani. In the case of those who are established in Paramatma, they have already burned the seeds of karma in the fire of yoga. How can the powers of yoga that have come to them automatically prove to be a bondage to them? Why did then Rishabha refuse to accept them? Valid question, right? Now Shukamarshi says, Satyamuktam kinvihava ekena manasodha vishrambha manavasthanasya shatakirata iva sangachante tata choktam. What you say is true, bottom. But though the mind has been controlled, one can never take this mind for granted. Never take your mind for granted, even for Jivan Mukta Purushas. That's why Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. Means what? Even in the Sthita Prajna also, manogatan kaman it is said. Kama will come. There is no question about it. Manogatan kaman means what? As it rises, he has the ability to remove it. That means what? It will come. Mind's nature is like that. There was a story about a prostitute. He used to go and ask this Swami, have you conquered desire? Swami never answered, kept quiet. Then after a long time she heard suddenly the Swami died. Hey, she got annoyed. How can he die without answering my question? So she went and shook him. Hey, answer my question, then you died. It seems he opened his mouth, eyes, and told her, yes, and then died. Only at the deathbed you can say, you have conquered. Otherwise you cannot say. That's why Shaknoti haivayas sodam prak sharira vimokshanat kama krodhodbhavam vegam sayogi sasukhi naraha. Gita, where? 16th chapter, right? Yeah. 16th chapter. Yeah, I think so, yes. Trividam naragasyetam dvaram nasanamatmana. That one. There. Shaknoti haivayasodam prak sharira vimokshana. If you are able to get over iha eva, this life itself, not next life, this life itself, if you are able to get over your kamam krotham. Vegam. Vegam means that what do you call that? Gust of passion. Now here it says, third one. Na kuryat karhichit sakyam manasihyanavastite yadrishyam bhachirachirnam jaskandatapa aishwaram nityam dadadi kamasya chidram tamanuyo ayaha yogina kritamaitrasya patyurjayeva pumschali. Do not compromise with the fickle mind. It's all very good advice. Never. For by doing so, even very powerful people have lost all their spiritual powers. One small mistake, that's enough. Swamiji, I have control over everything, but one weakness I have, that's moment I see Rasagula, I forget that I am diabetic. That's all. A yogi who trusts his mind too much is like a husband who does so in regard to an unfaithful wife. The fickle mind might betray him into the hands of his enemies like lust and its allies, just as the faithless wife might betray her husband by uniting with her lover. It's written there, I am not saying that. Swikuryat konu tat buddha. So the mind is to be treated like that. That is the point. It is unfaithful in the sense you don't know when it changes its mood. Suddenly you are listening to this Bhagavatam, your mind itself will say, what is the use of listening? Suddenly a thought comes. Who is telling? Your mind. Where the faith gone? Gone. Afterwards you will never be able to listen. Mind will take you. Why the mind is there? Kamo mannur madho lopaha shokamoha bhayadayaha karma bandhaschayan mulaha siguryat konu tat buddha. The mind, which is the root cause of all dangerous passions like lust, anger, pride, greed, sorrow, infatuation, fear, and bondage of karma. All this, the root cause is what? Our mind only, nothing else. Then it is said that because of his power of Yoga Maya, he travelled all these places. Konka, Venkata, Kutaka, Dakshina Karnataka. Jain Sampradayam is there, no? Then he went to Kutakadri. Kutakadri also in Karnataka, right? Kutakadri. Huh? Kutakadri. Kutakadri. Konka Venku Kutakanam. Then what happened? There, once the forest fire broke. In that forest fire, he consumed his body. And the whole forest, along with his holy body, was burned in that fire. Now comes the significance of his life. Ninth, Yasya Kilanucharitam Upakarnya Konka Venkata Kutakanam Rajarhab Rajarhan namopashishya chiksha kalavadharma utkrishyamane bhavitavyena vimohidaha sutarma patham akutobhayam apahaya kupata pakhanda asamanjasam nijamanishaya mandaha sampravartayishyati. Now this is the future. In Kali Yuga, Arha, the king of Konka, what Arha, right? Arha, Venkata and Kutaka, happening to hear about the doing of Rishabha, that transcended the contact of all the ashramas, they would interpret it owing to the influence of his own evil deeds of the past and connected with the school of atheism. Abandoning his own faith and the way of life leading to the state of fearlessness, he would preach this atheistic gospel, the product of his own evil brain, among his subjects. So you can, if you read this to the Jain people, they will kill you. Hearing the preaching of this king, evil-minded men of the Kali would abandon the rules of conduct laid down in the Vedas for the purification of the body and mind, transgress the deities presented in the Vedas, prefer mean form of worship concocted by their evil brains, give up purificatory rites like bath, achamana, adopt the practice of plucking the hairs on the head, lunchita keshaha. Jain Munis do that. And refuse to accept the Vedas, the custodians of the Veda and the God that the Veda reveals. So Jainism don't accept Vedas, you see. They are the Nirishwaravadis. Then can you say Rishabha Avatara is the cause of all this evil? Because they misinterpreted his way of life, etc. and then abandoned Veda. Purpose of Rishabha's incarnation was to show people dominated by rajas that ritualism for enjoyments here and hereafter is not the primary teaching of Veda, but that it consists in renunciation, knowledge and devotion which bring enlightenment to the soul. That was the purpose. So that purpose is forgotten. People get totally engrossed in rituals. It's happening now. In America also, all the temples, rituals. Every priest separate from the temple, start one temple. There he keep on. They will come out some idea. They will do Ganapati Homam, Suhasini Puja, 108 cup. Sumangali sitting there and doing puja. For what? Collection of money only, nothing else. The same thing, if you say come for a Gita Yajna, how many will come? Very few people. You conduct a Mahayajna ritual, how many people will come? My God. There is a difference. Now, our Swami Maharshi is telling, addressing Parikshit, 18th verse. Rajan padir gururalayam bhavatam yadunam daivam priyak kulapatik kvacha kinkarovaha asteva manga bhagavan bhajadan mukundaha muktim dadadi karhi chitasma na bhakti yogam. O king, the Lord Krishna is the master, teacher, visible deity and leader for you, the Pandavas and the Yadus. In fact, he has ever been your servant, Kinkarova, acting as a messenger and a charioteer. He grants mukti to those who worship him. But he says, but he never gives bhakti, seldom bhakti. That intense loving devotion which makes God himself a servant of his devotee. That devotion Bhagavan rarely blesses the people. Mukti he gives, but bhakti. See, bhakti is gariyasi, bhakti eva gariyasi. Now comes the 9th. Nityanubhuta nijalapa nivritta trishnaha seyasya tandra janaya chirasupta buddhehe lokasya yakkarunaya bhayamatma lokam akhya namo bhagavate Rishabhaya tasmai. Salutations to that Lord Rishabha, on account of his constant consciousness of the inherent bliss of the Atman, was absolutely indifferent to everything. To that exalted being, who out of his mercy declared the truth of the Atman, the one refuge from all fears, to men caught up in the sleep of body consciousness and utterly oblivious of their own ultimate good. This is the end of the story of Rishabhadev. Now comes our next character, that is Bharata. Sri Shuka Vacha Bharatastu Mahabhagavato Yata Bhagavata Anilatala Paripalanaya Sanjindatas Tanusasana Paraha Panchajanim Vishwarupa Duhitara Upayeme. On his father resolving to install him as king, the pious Bharata made himself ready for his duties and first married Panchajani, the daughter of Vishwarupa. Vishwarupa was mind-born son of Brahmaji, I think. Vishwarupa's son was Toshta. Toshta's son was, what is that? That will come later. Vishwarupa. No, Vishwarupa was Toshta's son. Toshta was Brahmaji's. Vishwarupa was appointed as Guru of Devatas at one point. That story will come. We'll see. Now by her he begot 5 children. These 5 sons were Sumati, Rashtra, Bhrit, Sudarshana, Avarana, and Dhumraketu. Any name good? This Bharata's ruled that the land known till then as Ajanabhavarsha came to be known as Bharatavarsha. So before our Bharat was known as Ajanabhavarsha. Now it is known as Bharat. British made it India. But who made it India?
It was already news, right? There was East India Company even before the British came.
They called it India, no? Before that it was India. Who called it India?
No, that is yeah. So Indus, Sindhu, it became India because even before they came.
That is for Hindus.
Yeah, no, even India, Swamiji, because
No.
East India Company was there even before
No.
they came.
No,
No, but
no, no, no.
French was Indian.
India name was given by British. See, Hindus came from Indus Valley. Sindhu River, not Indus. Sindhu River. Because this Persian cannot pronounce S, they put Ha. So Hindu became Hindu. That is how Hindus came. So they should have called Hindustan. How can they say India? India was given by British. You ask GPT.
And British popularized it.
Ah, see? Tatta dadarajan harini pipasaya. Wait. Where are we? Oh, that I given warhead. No. I have not. Okay. Afterwards, what happened? Bharatavarsha. So, he ruled the kingdom 1 crore years, okay? How? 1 crore years. 100 years living here itself is a mystery, isn't it? 93, 95, 96 and all that. How much is Mama now? Eh? No, more than that.
3 or 4?
Mami is 96, I heard. Mami is less.
86, 88.
Mama is 93. Okay, it's a long way to go then. 100, huh? He will hit 100, no problem. So, he ruled the kingdom 1 crore years. Think about it. Afterwards, he thought of retiring and he went to this Pulahashramam. Pulahashramam. Yatrashrama. This is the 10th line. Yattashrama padanyubhayato tonabhibhir drishachakrai chakranati nama sarit pravara sarvata pravitri karoti. In that place, Hari, out of love for his devotees, manifests to their vision in various attractive form. So it is called the Gantaki Nadi. Gantaki Nadi in Nepal, where Bhagavan Salagrama you can see, you can get. That where this person did tapas. Pulahashram. Pulaha is a Pulastya Pulaha. Ravana's grandfather. Pulahashram. From where to where he went, Ravana. Nepal. But in those days, Nepal and India, Bharat was one. Nepal came later. Janakpuri. Around that time, Janakpuri is Nepal. Sitaji was Nepali. Like our Rukmini. Rukmini is Maharashtra. Nagpur, Vidarbha. Vidarbha is Nagpur. Nagpur is Maharashtra. First wife is Maharashtra. Bhagavan Krishna's. So, after performing so many yajnas, yagas, this Bharata retired to the forest and started worshipping Lord Vishnu exclusively. So, he was about to realize the truth because his tapas was so severe that all his impurities have gone. Mind was ready for enlightenment. At that time, what happened? Next chapter. See, Rishabhadev story said, one should never take your mind for granted. For that only that story is given. You know the story, right? Ekatadu mahanadhyam kritabhishekanayamigavatat ismako brahmaksharam abhigranano muhurtatrayam udakanta upavivesha. One day, Bharata, after finishing his daily rituals, sat on the bank of the river for about 3 muhurtas, uttering the pranava, Onkara mantra. Just then, Taya Pepiyamana Udage Tavadeva Vidurena Datato Mrgapate Runnado Loka Bhayankara Utapatat. Just then a solitary doe approached the river bank to quench her thirst. Tamupashrutya Sa mrigavathu prakritir viklava chakita nirishchana sutaramapi haribhayabhinivesha vyagrahridaya pariplava drishti agata trisha bhaya sahasai ucchakrama. What did she hear? While she was drinking water, the terrifying roar of a lion was heard from the neighborhood. Tasya utpatatya andarvatnya urubhayavagalito yoni nirgado garbha srotasi nipapata. The timid doe was frightened beyond measure by that roar, and while still in the act of drinking, sprang to the other shore with a wild and distracted look in her eyes. Tasya utpatanya andarvatnya. Oh, we read that, right? Yeah. Then tat prasavotsarpanabhaya kedatura swaganena viyujyamana kasyanjidaryam krishna sara sati nipapata cha mamara. What happened? The act of jumping and the fear, what happened? Caused delivering the baby. And that young child fell into the current of the river. And what happened? The mother fell down dead in the process. Now Rajarshi Bharata saw the helpless child falling down in the river, and it is being swept in the current. Overcome with pity for the motherless newborn, he caught it and brought it to his ashrama. Then what happened? We will see. That is how you get hooked. And our justification also comes. This is given to me by my Bhagavan himself has given to me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramayaः sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschit dukkhabhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. We have next week also class. Okay. Bharata's story is very interesting. Don't miss it. Lot of teaching is there.
Thank you, Swamiji.